Be clear. This is absolutely the destruction of Young Thug. His reputation, what he stands for, his relationships, his possible business dealings, his money is being played with on a high level right now. And don't forget, they would still love to take this man's freedom from him. This is pure destruction. I got a tweet yesterday that said, "Yo, ARP, every time you cut off the stream, another audio clip drops." I was just like, should we do some early predictions for today? Will another audio clip drop today? And if so, of who? We would have never thought we would enter into the chat Kendrick Lamar or Drake. Like, it's insane, B. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know we got some to address. All right. Speaking of what we got to talk about today, obviously Young Thug. You see him in the thumbnail, obviously, along with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that audio clip that dropped. After that, what else do we got? We got Drake. Speaking of Drake, we'll transition into him. His new interview with Lil Bobby in the back in the bed. Those two got some controversy of their first interview that was taken down, and some shots that Drake has tossed out there at a couple people like Rick Ross and Ty. We'll take a look at some of the clips. We'll react to them. We'll see what's going on there. What else we got? Cardi B. Her trial came to a close. I want to look at Cardi B's press addressing. You know what she says to the media after the trial was over. I also want to look at what the plaintiff said to the media once the trial was over. I think you guys already know I'm going to lean with all that, right? Will the Cardi B trial make my top 5 most ridiculous lawsuits of 2025? Remember, she was sued for 24 million. Do you guys believe that Cardi's is going to be in the top 5? We'll see. We still got a bunch more of the year. Hopefully, I don't end up in none of these bullshits. All right, what do we got after Cardi? I got I got an interview that dropped that was kind of ether. Should I even call it an interview? Maybe just a statement video. Yeah, some ether dropped. I was just listening to it like, well, damn. That's how you feeling right now. We got some Ksoo as well. We got a lot going on. All right, let's get into this. Let's start to work. Let's just get right to it. The audio. So now we got Young Thug getting audio leaked as it pertains to him wanting what? Kendrick Lamar on his album. This is the Business is Business album, right? So we saw him going to 21 Savage talking about, yo, I'm gonna drop the same day as Gunna. Shit, I control Gunna's drop. I'm gonna do it Friday. I'm gonna drop the same day. Go ahead and put a verse on that. He wants superstars on the album, right? You want to drop Gunna's album because you still have business dealings with him. You still control his release dates, right? And then you want to put your album out and have this big shining moment to just trump him and continue to, stomp him out with all these rap allegations and making him look bad. We get it. We understand the motivation. But now we see that you wanted Kendrick Lamar on the album as well, and Kendrick Lamar turned it down. All right, let's take a look at the sound bite. They killing you, Thug.
Future grocery bag. Second?
I hope he do it.
So do I. I mean, well, even if you don't get...
He don't take no money, do he?
No. He wouldn't do that. So think about it. He does so few verses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just doing verses. Like,
by Young Thug asking would he take any money, it sounds like they approached him just straight up, and Kendrick was like, "Nah, I'm good." Now you talking about some money, and niggas still say like, "Nah, that's not how you get Kendrick." Wow.
Right. But that's
the only other person that gets a Kendrick versus King is Baby King, and that's like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Right. You getting all the damn verses to this nigga, man. What the hell you doing, crazy? All that fake. I ain't getting no rapper song shit. I don't be liking them type nigga like that.
Why?
You nigga too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like you ain't like goddamn Street calling you for a song. You know? Like,
oh my God.
You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song. Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1 too. Fuck is you thinking? You know, it's just like I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fuck with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred him, but you ain't put nobody on though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Cause the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that. Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing. Nigga, you ain't help nobody. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't
mad
big,
now.
Lil
He
Hell,
mad.
ain't no fucking ticket. Watch out.
Watch out.
Like, man, watch out.
Watch out.
I truly believe you do a song on me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending, like, so it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the not the rap world. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real players and cool bitches, lit bitches and players and shit like that fucking with you. Some type of people ain't fucking with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody. You ain't gonna bless nobody. Bullshit ass king. Like, but it's like, what the hell is you doing? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, Dirt. Sam, you supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, hey man, I want y'all young niggas on my album. I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit.
Oh, fuck.
Like, come on, man, god damn. I don't know though. You niggas be crazy.
Right.
Hopefully you do song though. If you don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
Yo.
We'll still be good.
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive.
Yeah.
Put my album cover or something, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures, 6 years shit, man. Watch out. Nigga don't care about all that shit, man. Nobody don't give no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, that motherfucker gonna do 1 million or 2 million likes. You can get out in that 16 years. You not finna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like, oh, I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? What they do? What you do? Instagram is meant for pictures, man. Post your picture, bro. Or just delete your Instagram.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's the rarity though, but man, have fun with that.
Now, even though Thugger has not really spoken much about the Drake and Kendrick beef, there's an interview out there where he was asked about it, and he said, I'm not sure why Kendrick brought my name into it. I'm a Drake fan.
Which I don't know if you have like a side in that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was interesting.
Yeah. He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. But I'm like a Drake fan.
Well, if you're Drake, this is awfully awkward. Your man Thugger is on a call, caught in 4K, trying to get a feature verse from Kendrick. Drake is...
Yo, where y'all really want me to go with this one right here? I couldn't even stop laughing while I was listening to the audio. Oh my God. If Kendrick had a crystal ball back then, he must have, B. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know we got some. Oh shit. Where y'all want me to go first? Y'all want me to go to the exclusivity of Kendrick? Do you want me to go to the Drake and Thug dynamic? Do you want me to go to Drake's petty levels in the aftermath of this type of audio coming out? Do you want me to go to the historic turning of the pendulum that Kendrick went on after this audio happened to be said? Where you want me to go? All right. So all of this, man, you got real superstars. You know, you got Lil Durk, you got me, you got Wham. You won't do no damn features. You know what I'm saying? You get lit messing with us. Well, you know, somebody like Kendrick hears this audio, he gets to look at you and say, "How do you feel? Was my chessboard okay to you? Was my decision making of where I featured, how I featured, which shows I did, who I worked with, who I didn't, what songs I released, when I dropped my album, how I moved that from TDE to my own imprint and put out new music, my GNX album that did all these numbers. It made me generational after generational after generational wealth because I brought that in-house. I was speaking to the people that I helped. You know, I have an immediate family, right? You saw some of them in my Not Like Us video, since you want to go ride around with Drake. By the way, speaking of one of the biggest hip-hop songs in hip-hop, matter of fact, I'm sorry, music history, Did you catch that after I Need Y'all to Get Lit? Did you catch that, by the way? But let's continue with my friends and my family. You see a lot of them around me still, no? You probably think that your friends and your family is what? Rappers? To help somebody or to put somebody on or to do something to somebody or to transition my blessings or success onto others. That's only rappers. That's only you, Little Dirk, Moneybag Yo. Who else was mentioned? It's only y'all, huh? I got fucking children. You see another guy that was right there shaking my hand in a Not Like Us video. How about Dave Free? How much of a millionaire is he? And I'm pretty sure the list goes on and on and on of these people that he's taking on tour, all the way down to the fucking dances, all this opportunity. And let me slow my rant down because I didn't even know what layout I was going to get into. I just happened to go into the crystal ball of you need us to get lit and you ain't help nobody. I just want to attack those two real quick. Doug, this is bad, B. Let me get into some of the Drake stuff. Now, anytime we have seen you big up Drake or throw a little small extra in his direction, especially in the aftermath of the Kendrick and Drake beef, now we get to look at it all as 1000% fake. Thug is now looked at in this particular scenario as a million other artists that behind the scenes in the business, you don't get something that you want. And what you show the world is you don't fuck with this person possibly for a different reason. How many times do I got to say it? No, you wanted that feature request. You know we got some shit to address. And we, as the public, never know. We never know. We just see the Drakes of the world getting his ass kicked, and we see a big rapper like Young Thug come home, and the whole world is watching, and they put a microphone in his face, and they ask him about, I don't know, man. I don't know about buddy. You know, I'm Team Drake. Drake is the man. Blah, blah, Drake. And then audio like this comes out, and it tarnishes everything. Everything. It says, no. You wanted the Kendrick feature. As a matter of fact, you couldn't even pay him to work with you. Oh, shit. Let's talk about this. How did that decision work out for Kendrick right now? Because you know your buddy Drake, you know what he's going through, right? Everybody got the internet. Everybody got cell phones and Wi-Fi and social media. You know what he's going through, right? He's going through, to a degree, snitchy allegations because of the UMG shit, suing over a battle. Young Thug, you're going through these type of allegations right now too. I wonder if Kendrick feels like he made the right choice. Did you guys even have a relationship? Did you guys even have a rapport? Because the only thing I heard Young Thug say was, we going #1 as well. Why wouldn't you want to be on a song with some stars? Now let's go to this part about Kendrick. Kendrick, man, I say that the battle in the future should be studied. This is no fucking overhype over no next man or nothing like that. I'm just keeping it real. When I watch intelligence, success, powerful moves, navigation, and there's nothing new under the sun, people, it's okay to look out in the world and learn things and bring them into your world and say, I'm using this as my weapon right now. Kendrick Lamar needs to be fucking studied too. That little short fuck, whatever's up there, he's got some Einstein shit going on, B. Why did he curve this nigga? I'm not gonna do all the whole, he knew that this was gonna happen to you. Nah, that would be me reaching. But it's not just about your album might go #1 that I might feature on. It makes his features, even from audio like this coming out, look that much better. So now when I see him pop out with a Clips, there's something about the Clips. There's something about Malice and Pusha T and their rapport and their relationship and their belief in each other that is genuine. If I see him pop out with Playboy Cardi, I believe that there's some type of genuine, whether it's the music, the artistry, the vibe, the understanding between each other, there's got to be more there then. And there's nothing wrong with, see, here's the thing about exclusivity being grayed and jaded by sharing light and being flexible and working with other people, okay? Because on the flip side, the same way you say, you'll never be Buddy, you'll never be Drake. You see how many people he done changed their lives or whatever by feature with? Ironically, that's one of Drake's biggest fucking complaints right now. We're about to see clips of him talking about that with Bobby in his new fucking interview. We're about to see clips of that. Drake is literally complaining right now of all the people. He rapped about it. Hey, Future, who gave you your first #1? And Rick Ross, every time he was on the charts, it was with me. And he wishes that he could have those hits back of him just making himself over accessible. Hey, let's all just la-di-da together, work together, and create this music. And half of y'all don't really fuck with each other. Half of y'all just see each other when it's time to shoot the video, record the song, and y'all don't even see each other in the studio. I just send each other the fucking verses. Kendrick is moving a little bit more. It's not up. I love to watch people that don't just make make decisions based on money. Nigga said he won't take no money. Nigga said no. What does that say about Kendrick? You better take notes because your buddy Drake is going through hell and back behind signing or taking or agreeing to situations that you just offered him. Nah, I'm cool. I'm going to be over here. And I don't have 50 or 100 features this year like Drake. But I also am not crying about 50 failed relationships or how LeBron or DeMar DeRozan or Westbrook or Rick Ross or DJ Khaled or this rapper, everybody that I'd worked with and stepped on me and turned their back up. Kendrick don't got those problems, do we? The last time I heard an artist speak out about him that featured on his GNX album, I didn't even see Kendrick come out publicly to address it. Yet that man came back to the internet and apologized. Y'all want me to keep going or leave it alone? There's a lot that you gotta really take from that audio coming out about this Kendrick and Drake shit, B. I'm a chill though. I could do this for days, but I'm a chill. Let's move on. Now, on a more serious note, let's not forget that the legal side, the criminal side, the freedom side of things are always looming because it's Young Thug. Okay. These people obviously hear all these audio clips way before we have heard these. They probably listen to them in real time. So just imagine to be the Fannie Willises of the world, the Fulton County DA officers of the world, the prosecutors of Fulton County. Just imagine to be these people and hearing some of the things that you're hearing in some of this audio, like the Gunna stuff. You know, how you're calling him a rat and you should have did this and you should have did that. The conversation is, if I'm really sitting here on a jail call and I am 1000% innocent, some of those conversations are a little bit different. I could pull some of those audio bites up and really pick them apart and show you, like, I wouldn't be having this type of wording or thought or vibe right here if I was 1000% innocent, right? But these people play these things, they hear these things, they know these things behind the scenes, yet he was able to go walk back out in the world, which is why a bunch of the motherfuckers got fired after the trial was over. They felt like they dropped the ball. They missed their mark. They missed their target. So best believe, as much as we at this point believe 1000% it's them people that's putting this audio out, what's their priority? If they had one priority, you think it's like, let's just sit back and all laugh along with the rest of the internet how people decipher Drake and Young Thug's relationship now, how Drake got to look at Young Thug now. That's their top priority? Fuck no. Fuck no. If they could have their wish, Young Thug would be behind bars. Hell, they tried to violate his parole from like a tweet or two after he was outside for like a month or two, right? That would be their top priority. Never forget. This is old, but I felt let's take a look at it again. Official court documents show, I'm going to say allegedly that this is official court documents, but official court documents shows that 21 Savage, 4L SMM, Little Baby 4PF, Playboy Cardi's Homicide, Duct Tape, VL Deck, Vicious Living, and Ola Run SMM, Henchmen are all being investigated by the FBI for a RICO charge, the end of ATL rap scene as we know it. All right, now if we look at this, and I want to say allegedly, I mean, I've seen simplistic, very, what dumbed down related court documentation before, especially in the form of exhibits. But this definitely looks like something that anybody could type on a computer. Even still, I believe some of this went around again. It was the trial for the shooting involving, I think, the kids, was it? Where the police chief, ended up doing that public statement, pretty much taking aim at Lil Baby. You know, that he potentially or allegedly shot that music video in ops territory on purpose to invoke what they already had going on. And as a result, shootings happened, whatnot, lives was lost. And then we'll go back to the root of the problem. You know, 4PF involvement, Lil Baby's at the top of it. And then you see Lil Baby during his album rollout. He sits down with Lil Yachty in interviews, and he does things like 4 pockets full. And ain't no more 4 pockets full, because then people will come after you for that, right? So Lil Baby is aware. He's aware. All right. Then you got the police chief really sitting up there and saying this shit. And I believe this was coming out during that time as well. But anyway, if you look at some of the names, could zoom in a little bit. Cartel, etc. I don't know, the Serenos, 18th Street, West Side, Ghostface Gangsters, Blood Gangs. Well, that's pretty general, right? Here goes Duct Tape. Duct Tape had a nice movement musically for a time. Alley Boy and Trouble, and they had some other artists, and they got some hits. And Alley Boy is a guy that I got a lot of his mixtapes, all that War Cry and all that. Like, Alley Boy got some shit. But Duct Tape is on here. They allegedly had a street hold as well. I'm just saying. Inglewood Family Bloods, YFN is up there. NHB Rolling 20s. Okay. 1831 Pirus, YSL. Zoo Crew. Some of these I never heard of, but 1700 Pyru, SMM. Seems that SMM is in a lot of states, right? Nine Trey. I mean, Mel Murder or Mel Matrix, let me be respectful, just came home. He was indicted under a RICO that was for the 9 Trey Bloods, right? Some people felt like, man, part of his case was that phone call of them targeting Tekashi 6ix9ine, and Jim Jones was on the call. How the hell did Jim Jones never get grabbed? Who knows? If you ask Wack 100, he's going to give you his idea on that. All right. But anyway, 9 Treys. Money, Power, Respect, Goodfellas, okay, Bounty Hunter Bloods, etc., G-Shine, ABN. Let me come over here to the side. What do I see over here? East West Mafia, 11 Gang, etc., ABM. A lot of people I definitely heard about, and some of them I haven't. And look up here under the Crips section, 4PF, 4 pockets full. Oh, you got Rolling 60s right underneath them. All right, so never lose sight of who we believe is putting out this audio clips, these jail calls. Never lose sight of what we feel like their main priority will always be. It is to incarcerate you people. And if the young thugs of the world are smart, you remember that. Everybody remembers that. Because if you're going to send people out to retaliate for your name or for disrespecting you, let's say like allegedly, like, you know, Roscoe, he comes home after 10 years and he gets on the internet to cover up for you or to try to clear your name. But in the midst of that, he ends up in back and forth with people like Rollo, right? Now, what if they have a real street problem? What if they bump into each other, right? Then where did this all spawn from? It starts from the interrogation footage, audio dropping, but then these phone calls as well. Like Young Thug, even if you want to call the shot, the traceability back through the stuff, they're watching all of it. They're watching all of it. They want y'all to get out here and make moves behind these audio clips dropping. So as much as we're looking at the relationship and the loyalty and the hypocrisy and all that type of shit, just remember that the chessboard is the chessboard. And if they could lock y'all the fuck up, they will. So you have to still sit down right now during this shit. And Thug needs to take his own advice on that tweet where he said, I'm just going to let the music speak. He needs to take his own advice. I know that's probably not easy at a time like this, but any relationships that you need to maintain or things that you need to clarify, don't do it for the internet, the me's of the world. That's just going to be here podcasting on it. Make your phone calls behind the scenes and get right. Speak to whoever you need to speak to behind the scenes, because your freedom is right there still on a silver platter. They want that. They want that bad. All right. Let's continue with Young Thug and now how much people are playing with him in the street. I'm gonna say allegedly. Seems like a real video, but damn.
All that telling, look at him, he's free. He doing all that ratting and shit. Rat ass nigga. All that telling, look at him, he's free. He doing all that ratting and shit. Rat ass nigga. All that telling, look at him, he's free. He doing all that ratting and shit. Rat ass nigga. All that telling, look at him, he's free.
Now, this is just regular life moving around, right? I don't know what God knows what this is. It could be LA or some shit. That's the thing. You know, if you're not running around with your security guards or a group of your guys or whatever, you're still looked at as just a solo regular guy to some people. And you got the clout chasers. Clout chasers be dangerous. Groupies be dangerous. People that want to play with your name be dangerous. Never forget the example that I always give, even about people in battle rap. I say, people play with your name, they put the snitch label on you and whatnot. It's not just that some of them or a lot of them is willing to just say shit verbally. They ain't gonna put no hands on you. They just woofing, talking shit or whatever. It's also you that might do something. All it takes is for somebody to walk minding their business one day, or sitting down having lunch, or on stage during a rap battle, and somebody in the crowd or somebody on the sidewalk just said, hey, you rat or you snitch, and you turn around, you punch them in the face. Now you got charges or a lawsuit on you, right? So the energy around him right now is just, it's not good. It causes all different types of problems, not just the embarrassment of people disrespecting you or playing with your name, but your freedom, you know, comes into question a lot. It's like, yo, I got to stay away from these motherfuckers because I might do something to them too. I go outside and people say the wrong thing to me. Look at Rampage. Rampage Jackson almost ended up in a fight with a fan simply because he felt disrespected when the dude was like, yo, so what's up with your son? And if that dude would have continued on in a way that Rampage was uncomfortable with, Rampage would have simply just had an emotional moment, caught in the midst of that, what he's going through with his blood son, his relatives, his family getting death threats and all that, and he possibly would have beat the shit out of him, and he would have been upset at himself afterwards, just like his son. But dude smartly calmed it down, apologized, and they were able to de-escalate it. But that is a situation where, dare I say, that dude could have easily gotten a fight out of Rampage. If he wanted to provoke Rampage, he had him right there. He had Rampage's actions right there in the palm of his hand. And that's what I mean about being out in the public with this type of shit and energy going on around you. But if you want to be fair, Young Thug ain't the first. Gunna has to go through it too. Did go through it. For some reason, some people might say still going through it. We saw that happen, right? Same exact thing. It's just the shoe on the other foot.
Hey, you see, I told that boy Gunna he was a snitch to his face. You see, I told him he was a snitch to his face. Boy, Gunna did all that telling, man.
Let them get through, guys.
Gunna did all that telling. Look at him, he's free. Gunna want him, man. You can't be in the city doing all that ratting and shit. Rat ass nigga. What? Hey, you see, I told that boy Gunna he was a snitch to his face. You see, I told him he was a snitch to his face. Boy, Gunna did all that telling.
Now, that's why I said earlier, it could be, even a groupie can be dangerous. No, that could be a groupie there because the person runs down on Gunna on a red carpet, right? Calls him a rat. Okay, cool. Good job. Right. And here you are now at maybe another event, red carpet event, and you make your way there so that you could tell Young Thug, somebody that you don't know, is not here to help you, is not going to do nothing for you. Yo, man, you see I called Gunna a rat to his face? You see that, Young Thug? Did you see what I did? Right. But then there was another video that we saw where somebody was playing. It was like this, as Gunna was going about his business, had his security around him and shit. He was like, yeah, look at Gunna the rat. Look at Gunna the rat. Just clout chase. There's pure definition of clout chasing. Look at Gunna the rat. The rat. His security guards walked up on dude and said, what you say? And he was like, huh? He was like, no, say what you said again. He said, I said what I said. Say it again, though. Say it now that I'm right. Say it again, please. And dude, he didn't say it. Now imagine if he would have. You might have a security guard that beats the shit out of somebody right there on the spot, just like the Rampage situation, just like the situation right there with Young Thug walking down the street. Because, hey, street niggas, street, however you want to call it, here's a question. Things like SMD, y'all say is deadly. I ain't gonna say y'all. That's more of a man thing. That's not a street thing. But being the snitch thing is definitely a street Like, that's a deadly accusation, right? Do not call nobody a rat without no paperwork and snitching, blah, 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 right? Do y'all die or at least hook off about being called a snitch? So here you have it. Young Thug is a certified street nigga. I will always believe that. And he's walking down the street, mind his own business, and a random person calls him a rat to his face. To his face. And on camera. There's a lot of people that, whether you're talking about I'm on camera, whether you're talking about me as a man, whether you're talking about the street codes that I live by, I'm supposed to crash right there in that moment. These situations go left, B. This is not good. And people are sitting there just like this. Hit him. Hit the civilian. Hit him. Yo! Crazy, B. Crazy, crazy. All right, let's look at a couple of reactions still. Those early tweets, Young Thug, you thought was going to put out the fire. This shit then got too big. This shit is out of his hands at this point. Whatever the internet, the people, the other rappers, the industry, the podcasters, whatever they want to do, you have lost your control over steering narrative based on your reputation and your respect, to put it straightforward. He's lost that.
But this what he did. He made, which they still got to prove the shit though, which I don't think they're gonna ever be able to prove because it's just not a game. He gave the jurors the agreement that it's a game. He said YSL is a game, and he know people in this on this trial who committed crimes in furtherance of the game. That means you did it. You saying, you see what I'm saying? You don't know nobody on this case. Yeah. That's a lie. That's a full blown lie. I know individuals on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Like you committed, just so you can say slime big. Like that's real. That's what Rico is. That's Rico.
Yeah.
So if a nigga get found guilty on Rico, nigga, you really you got a nigga lights up, nigga.
Yeah.
And you are 100% black. You don't know nobody on the case. I ain't ever committed no crime. Duke ain't committed no crime. Yak ain't committed no crime. They're the only 3 people you know on this case. Ain't now one of them committed no crime. So who the fuck is you talking about? A month later, he called the police in the mall. Hey man, I see the man who killed my friend in the mall.
Look, they got the people sitting there listening. Oh my god. Hey, who's on this wall? I didn't get this far. I just saw the part with 21. Who is that supposed to be? Lil Baby and Dirk on the wall? Pictures of them on the wall? Oh my god, they playing.
So line them up and everything.
Yes, he came in the store, pulled the gun out, told him to get on the ground. Like, man, fuck me, get on the ground.
What was that? I never heard that one. What was that? He walked in the store, pulled the gun out, and told him to get on the ground. What was that? What's that about? Hold on, I'm gonna pause for the chat. Real shit. I never heard that one before. I was in the react. Y'all know how I be kind of going with my, at least I should say Young Thug week. You know, Young Thug week, we get to the audio. I do my breakdown. I give my reactions. I give y'all my feedback. And then we get into the internet reactions. I'm in the internet reactions part right now. Okay. What is this? Chat. I'm stopping. What is that? He walked in the store, pulled out a gun and told everybody to get down. What is that? Oh, hell no. I'm gonna wait. What is that? Is that just me? Yeah. What is that? It's about the P shit. What the fuck is that one though? I can't rewind on Instagram. I could play it again, but talking about P. I'm glad I'm not the only one. There's a couple people in here that didn't hear that before. Maybe we've been not paying enough attention to the calls that he's having with Shorty, and we just making sure we play everyone about the the interrogation audio as well as his shit with 21. Oh my God, what was that? Nah, we know he's not talking to P right there. He's talking to a girl. I never heard this one. maybe I'll go find it later, and I don't know if we got to talk about it more tomorrow or something. But I will say briefly right there, gangsters. These are jail calls. These are jail calls. I'm gonna give y'all a quick, I hope not controversial take. You see people is already in the streets playing with him, calling him allegedly calling him a rat to his face. You see with the internet, and you see it's over. It's over for him. He'll never be able to live this down. We're already past that threshold. The interrogation audio is always going to be the main focus. How you conduct yourself knowingly in front of authority figures. Knowingly. People will always have an out, though, of unknowingly. Meaning, yeah, I was talking about how dude shot Buddy, but I didn't know my phone was tapped. Or I didn't know I was talking to a confidential informant. I didn't know that was an undercover detective. You'll always have an out for that. People will always forgive you for that. Like, you was running your mouth a little bit too much. But hey, look at the did that happen in the movie Casino? Remember the dude in the deli? He was on phone calls and whatnot, but he spoke a lot of trash in the deli, and they bugged the deli. And also, he was keeping records in the books. He was writing, like, every time he took his trips back and forth to Vegas, because he was trying to keep count of how much money he was spending and how much money the mob and his folks wasn't paying him back. Like, look at this. I'm keeping record. They owe me money for this flight and this Uber. And you know what I'm saying? They'll look at you as stupid for keeping that book or for talking that much in that store, or possibly even who you're ranting to. You're talking to your mother? Like, who? Like, you're just venting? But that's not ratting. You didn't know that there was a microphone in the ceiling. Same thing happened to John Gotti. They bugged that apartment of that old lady. He's in there talking about crimes and shit that could hurt him. But he didn't know. So he's not purposefully talking to authorities. I said all that to say, I wouldn't be surprised if the internet gets to a point where they think, because they're already playing with him this crazy. Like, Thug, for you to promote yourself to not promote, for you to show us this much of how much you are a gangster, and you got like the $1 million worth of game interview, and you and Gillian Wallow, and how much you're talking about, you ain't supposed to say shit. You say nothing to nobody, and we know that you know the rules. We know that you know what's right and what's wrong. So to see you do it is what's got the internet in a frenzy. So if we're going to believe that you know the rules or how to conduct yourself, will people get to the point where they feel like he's doing this much talking on jail calls purposefully? I just want to put the question out there. Will people get to the point where they start to ask that question? I'm not putting that on Young Thug's name. I'm not saying that. Let me just give you one more example, and then we're going to get back to this fucking clip. That shit threw me, because I never heard that audio right there. I'll give you one more example. We believe in Lil Durk and how he stands towards cooperating with authorities. He even has that clip on academics. He says to academics clearly, if you ever get jammed up, this is what you're supposed to do. What I'm here for? Lawyer. A question and a statement. What I'm here for? Lawyer. That's out of Lil Durk's own mouth right there on DJ Academics. That shows that he knows the rules. And he's telling us publicly how he would play it if he's jammed up. So if we see jail calls like that, or audio that comes out, or interrogation audio that comes out on Lil Durk, he's going to get killed in the public, because we're going to say, you know the rules. You told us the rules. So if you do anything different than that, we got to believe that it's intentional. Or maybe how many people are in there feeling like this ain't gonna come out. This ain't recorded. This ain't in a detective's box. This is them just pulling me out of my cell. This academics mentioned that about Young Thug of that interrogation. I don't know how he got to that interrogation. But at the end of the day, it's inexcusable because they read him his Miranda rights. It's not like they just came to his cell and said, "Hey, man, you want to kick off feet and have a conversation? Let's just kick the shit." They read him his Miranda rights, right? So there's just times where you're supposed to know. But then there's also times where you feel like people are trying to hide it because in that audio, Young Thug asks questions. He says things like, "I don't want to sign it," right? "I don't want to sign it though." And that when I did that stream, I said, that's something new for me. They're asking him to sign it, but legally, to not have to stop the interrogation if the defendant says, "I want my lawyer," all you need is it verbally. So Thug, he was like, "I'm not signing nothing." You know, people be thinking that these cameras is off. They be thinking that the audio, there's no audio, whatever. And then these motherfuckers put it out on you. Then you go, boom, post trial. Here goes the Tory Lanez jail phone call. Y'all, how y'all feel? That's how it goes. I better not hear no more crazy shit for the first time in this clip, B.
That's what P did?
Yes. P put the gun on
To the nigga.
P put the gun on the nigga so the nigga didn't leave, couldn't lead him.
What the fuck? Oh, shit! Where was I? What the fuck? Yo! Anybody? Yo, in the chat, let me know if that's the first time you heard that. Oh, shit. That nigga said, "Yeah, P put the gun in the nigga." You would a jail call like that? Talking to some girl? Oh my God. What was that? I swear on everything I love, that's the first time I heard that piece. I swear on everything I love. Nigga said, "Run it back. We might have to." What is that? Talking about what P told the police. Cool, but right, me too. We wasn't at this part of the stream. If that was the case, I would have put this in the early part where we breaking down audio. I was done. I thought we was doing Thug, Kendrick, and Drake audio reaction. Oh my God. Oh shit.
Mall. Then the police came there and got him. He made him stay in there till the police got him. He said, "This man killed my friend. I'm scared for my life. He's trying to kill me."
Sound like a citizen's arrest, almost. You know, holding a gun to somebody until the police come and then telling them like, "Yo, this is the guy right here." That's a citizen's arrest. I mean, P did say that he's a citizen though, right? Now that I think about it. Damn, did you just clear P accidentally? Oh. I'm just here playing the audio and using my ears and my brain. What the fuck is going on, son? How you can't? I'm not gonna play it again, people. We're gonna go through it once, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning if we gotta go on a deep dive for this piece because I want to do more homework around this piece. But you can't call P a rat if he performed a citizen's arrest as a citizen. Now, here's the gray area around P. Some people would say that he was a street nigga, or he was into shit, or he was upholding certain codes and moving a certain way until this situation happened, and then he started cooperating. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you're going to tell me that the guy was just a businessman, which is what he's saying on the internet, if you're going to tell me that he's making, because I've never seen no gangbanger or no street nigga make a citizen's arrest. They want to get the fuck up out of there before the authorities come. I'm a citizen. I would make a citizen's arrest. You know what a citizen's arrest is? A citizen's arrest doesn't have to be, I'm not minding my business. I'm minding somebody else's business. And I say, "Hey, Come here. I see you stealing off of the shelf. Let me grab you until the cops come. Citizen's arrest. No, I would never do that. I would mind my own fucking business. Like if I'm in a store, like, and I see somebody stealing, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like that's overratting. That's like that's tattletelling, right? That's just like a lot of that ain't my game at all. Let me tell you where I would perform a citizen's arrest though. Something that involves me, and if for whatever reason I'm choosing, because if I can make you stay still because I got a gun on me and I'm holding you at gunpoint, it has to be a scenario where I didn't want to shoot you, or I feel like, okay, I got this under control now. I got a hold of myself. I'm calmed down. If I shoot you, I'm going down too. So let me put you where I want you to be instead, which is away from me and mines. All right. You broke into my house. I got the drop on you. You know what I'm saying? I put you on the ground and I'm holding a gun to you. Mike in the back, yo, babe, call 911. You know what I'm saying? And she passed me the phone. Yeah, I got one of these bitch ass niggas just broke into my fucking house trying to take all the shit that I work hard for. You better get here before I shoot this nigga in the back of his fucking head. And get this nigga the fuck away from me. It's a citizen's arrest, damn near, right? You're detaining the person for the full badged authorities. There's nothing wrong with the civilian doing that. He damn near makes it sound like that's what P did. Now, a street nigga might have an issue with that if you're around him. Like at the end of the day, I know that you will work with authorities, and I'm a whole gangster, so I'm not comfortable around you. That's cool. That's cool, and that's possibly why he was talking shit about Lil Baby behind Lil Baby's back. Like, Wham still do business with that bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that P is wrong though, because if P is a true civilian, and he wasn't a street nigga at the time, just saying, then y'all got to get away from him. That's on y'all to not be around him. That don't mean that he's doing something wrong.
That's a fact. It's a finished fact. He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped it.
Oh, this is where that comes from. Okay, so we had this audio clip, but we only had from this piece right here of being signed to Gucci. We didn't have that piece before. Is that my fault or is that Checks and Balances' fault? Because I didn't get that audio out of Checks and Balances. I think I saw it myself and then I brought it to the stream. Checks and Balances, if y'all had this full shit in the group and I missed it, my bad. I apologize.
Because P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Go out, end up going to jail. I gave just got him turned soft.
All right, we don't need the rest. Yeah, we covered that under the Gucci Man stream. That's because that's the only piece I had. That stream would have been about Gucci, Thug, and CEOP if I had that full piece. Oh, shit. Let me play a little bit more just in case. Hold on. I'm nervous now.
Start fucking with a nigga.
I don't think you should play it like that.
Okay, we good. Oh, shit. I'm not going to open up a new topic. I'm going to leave it alone. And if we have to, we'll revisit. But let me move on because we were supposed to be in internet reaction mode. Back to that. Oh, shit. You see shit like this now. Okay. Let's debate. Has Atlanta's wave officially died off? It's a question that they're asking out there now. That's crazy. Young Thug and Gunna snitch rumors. Well, it's not rumors, it's allegations. A rumor is just buzz. There's allegations along with actual court footage of Gunna and actual interrogation footage or audio with Young Thug. So it's not rumors, it's allegations. And how you want to decipher that stuff is where you stand. Okay. Lost all these rappers within 10 years. Rest in peace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's sad. Rest in peace, of course. Future cut off his dreads. Are we really gonna put that in here? Y'all are crazy. All right, whatever. I don't know this guy. I never followed him or listened to him, to be honest. But I have seen his face around a lot. Anyway, I love McConnon. Whoever this is, quit rap. Now working in a kitchen. Okay. I don't know. Roscoe Dash is now Uber driver. Hey, better than the streets, as you can see. Shout out to Roscoe Dash, man. Shit. Playboy Cardi is wearing thongs now. Move on. Move the fuck on. Lost the Super Bowl in 2017. Why are they going all the way back to the Super Bowl 2017 now? You see what's happening? You see how impactful this Young Thug is? Shit is. Why y'all going back to 2017? That's 8 years ago. Yo. Damn, son. Quavo and Offset still beefing. Oh, the last real ones left with no snitch allegations. Oh, great. Like, is that hard to not have snitch allegations? I guess so. This is what y'all saying with this. Gucci, Future, Lucci, and 21. All right. Well, there y'all have it. Well, I ain't going to do too much with that. All ready to move on to the Drake topic? They still got a bunch left in today's stream, man. Shit caught me off guard, huh? Shit caught me off guard a little bit. Twiz, I see you, homie. Shout out to Twiz in the chat. Jesus. What's so much more important than this Atlanta stuff is Trump saying he's gonna go clean up Chicago. That's more important. All right. Damn. Go save them kids, man. Them young folks out there. Yeah. And Cal, I see you, homie. What's good? Salute, my guy. Oh man, hit the like button for your boy. I need to take a little break and transition right here. I wasn't expecting some of that shit. All right, let's go. Let's move on to Drake. So Drake got a new interview with Bobby up in the back to the bed, huh? This time they're not under the covers with it. All right, let's take a look at some of the controversy come out of this. Drake opens up about people labeling him as a culture vulture. They'll put a negative spin on it and try to tell me that it's self-serving. It's a self-serving thing. All right, let's hear what he got to say.
I experience a lot of guilt tripping in my life where people are like, no, like this is like this is like your fault essentially, or like, and my intentions are pure, you know, like it's the same way. Even in music, people will be like, oh, like, oh, you're a culture vulture, or like you know, like people will describe the collaborative efforts that I've put forth and the artists that I've picked up and lifted up or shine a light on as me taking, you know, they'll put a negative spin on it and try and tell me, you know, that it's a self-serving thing or whatever. And I think I get really sensitive about that. And I think at that moment I was just like, well, you know what? Then don't even worry about it. And so I was extremely short. And then afterwards, I was just really, really snappy. I experienced a lot of guilt.
I experienced a lot of guilt. He admits it. I experienced a lot of guilt. And then he also talks about his reaction to all of it. You want to know what? He withdrew. Fuck it. You know, I ain't doing none of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's start here by saying not Team Drake, not Team Kendrick, Team Hip Hop. Watch all this play out and be honest on what I see. Call it down the middle. It is what it is. This is, once again, the power of one of the big explosive narratives that Kendrick put on Drake during that battle. The culture vulture stuff. If people were calling Drake a culture vulture before the battle, it was minuscule. You know, people were calling him a groomer or an alleged pedo before the battle as well. It had to be minuscule, right? Post-battle, it got drummed up to the point where Drake sued. Okay? So I was nobody. Like when I say nobody, I'm talking about like the majority, not this little pocket of minority, the majority. Nobody was calling him a culture vulture like that. We were all just sitting back enjoying his fucking music. This is Kendrick. This is Kendrick shit. One of the biggest songs in music history, definitely easily hip hop history. Some people could argue it might be the most impactful, award-winning or whatever song in hip hop, which is Not Like Us. This is one of the narratives in that song. Okay, what was the last verse about him pillaging from Atlanta rappers? Let me break it down for you. I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit is about him being a vulture. Okay. So be clear. Don't be naive. It's not trying to, oh, we shining Kendrick right now. This is where this comes from. This is Kendrick shit of what he put on Drake. And fast forward to September, August 2025, Drake is admitting to the impact and how much guilt trip it put on him and how he had to retract. Now, the retraction is something that we saw as well. He pulled away from artists. The Khaled one was, I think, a big example. You know, like Khaled's talk about he's running around promoting. I got 2 Drake features or whatever, and Drake like tweeted some shit like, "What features?" Like, and I never heard anything specific, no specific beef between Khaled and Drake. All I heard was possibly it's because Khaled is very, very close to people that he don't fuck with. That's it. Like, let's say a Rick Ross. You know what I mean? I didn't hear anything specific about it. I don't remember that. But either way, Drake was cutting off a bunch of people. Fuck y'all. I gave you hits. I was there for you. I hung out with you. I got you the things, LeBron. Oh, y'all at the pop out concert now. Fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he clearly displayed, and he's admitting to it now in 2025, or over a year later. So this is important to hear him say. The last part I want to say about this particular clip, then we're gonna move on, is Drake, you deserve backlash that you're getting for these type of interviews. The first time I probably even seen Bobby was in the Drake interview or whatever. I don't know her from nothing other than these recent interviews that have come out. I don't care about her neither. I think that she has like a little shtick of like being sarcastic, like what she did to Sukiyana. It was hilarious. Like, no, I'm calling you a musician, not a magician, you fucking idiot. That's great. But that I think is her lane, the little sarcastic, dry. She is not to be, in my eyes, a representation of hip hop. Right. And I'm not saying you got to do interviews with people from hip hop. But if you're going to be up there talking about some of the biggest moments in hip hop, because we keep dancing around the fucking battle and addressing shit related to the aftermath of the battle, it looks kind of pussy to duck these major media outlets. Like to go sit down with a Peter Rosenberg and an Ebro, or not an academics, we not, or a Mall. Of course, they're media, but we know how they would handle a Drake interview, right? But when we see with these people that we don't even know like that, like what was that QX, whatever that streamer's name with the blonde hair, I never seen him in my life before until he had Drake on. I was like, who is this guy? Then you got people like Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross, he's a hip hop connoisseur to us. Some people think he got a racist bone or two in him. Drake, okay? And now here you got the Bobby shit. So you're not there with one, people that will be more neutral and not kiss your ass. 2, people that'll actually go there with real fucking hip hop questions and have hip hop reputations. Okay. And 3, the dancing around the elephant in the room. If somebody is gonna drag you like this, or you have to be dragged along with the fans, yourself, the media, the entire hip-hop culture, if you never get in that fucking ring and throw the punches, you're going to keep getting hit on forever. Sooner or later, you got to step up to the bully. And in this case, your bully is Kendrick. You are ducking these fades. We're even hearing you go after and address people that are in the aftermath, the byproducts, the dominoes. How much do we want to hear you take a shot at a Tyga or a Rick Ross when Kendrick is still right there? You can't, can you? It makes you look soft and even weaker, because the guy that started all of this, the root of the problem, is right there. What is your get back for Kendrick? Let me guess. Asking UMG for communications or paperwork or proof if he hit his wife? That's your fucking revenge. We read the paperwork, right? That's Drake's get back. Just wait, people. In the midst of this UMG lawsuit, I'm gonna finally prove that Kendrick hit his girl. What? But you'll get up here and sit in a bed with Bobby and take shots at these rappers. I want to see him with an Ebro. I do, because I know Ebro would ask the real question, the tough questions. Even LeBron will ask LeBron asked him about the Pusha T shit, right? Even LeBron will sit there and ask him straight up, yo, man, how you feel about Family Matters? Not Family Matters, Meet the Grams. Like Jesus Christ. It's pussy navigation. It's like, if you're not going to do it, address it, don't address it at all. If you're not going to address it for real, don't address it at all. Because everybody's going to see through you sitting up here with this little fucking powder cake girl. Who the fuck is she? When it comes to hip hop, who is she? And then you ask yourself why you get the Vulture shit. All right. Speaking of his shots. Drake giving Bobby crap over Tyga. Rose catches a straight too. All right, let's play the clip.
People thought what happened between us was something like I don't know. We had something bigger. So many things.
Like what? What's the top 3 conspiracies?
Well, the top conspiracy for why it got removed from YouTube is that you played Tyga's song and then they removed it. That didn't happen.
That's Sly Fox.
We
don't know, right? What we don't know. With the shit that these guys have going on right now.
What
I
guys?
don't know. They're doing this to this song. They're doing that to that song. They're taking songs. They're doing. I don't know.
I don't know anything about
any names. I'm just saying.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in the music industry. God only knows. Tyga might have pulled that plug. You know what I mean?
Oh, it just happened to line up with the day that
Tyga did a show in Russia last night. I think.
Did he?
Yeah, at a mega stadium. Should we pull it up?
Probably.
Let's go to Tyga's gram real quick. It's gonna take a minute to load up. Obviously, he's in Russia, so he doesn't have
It's not his service you're using to load his Instagram.
You never know.
Okay.
You never know.
I do know a little bit.
With everything that these guys got going on, right?
Was that your no? Nothing going on with anyone.
I can't pull up.
I've got it. You
obviously you have it. It's direct. You have an Ethernet connection to his Instagram.
Yes. What are we looking at exactly?
I don't know. I just wanted to see if there's any highlights from his show last night. Is he? No, he's at the Breezy Bowl 3 days ago. I heard he did a Touch and Globe. Where else to go? Pretty girls listen to Tyga. Is that true?
I don't know. Probably there has to be the girls who do.
Oh well, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, I've never seen someone ice rosé, but
you've never seen someone ice rosé?
Mm-hmm.
Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Yeah, great bar. We caught it. She didn't catch it because she ain't hip hop. She ain't know what the fuck you was talking about. She has no fucking clue. But Drake, we catch it. So talk to us. But anyway, the Tyga thing, I didn't even really. It was all intentional. I mean, we're not stupid. Like, all right, cool. Drake, you want to get at him? Get at him. I had to pull it up in the background. Like, what was the beef between Tyga and Drake? It said the tension started in 2014 and stemmed from several issues. Tyga's interview with Vibe magazine in 2014. Tyga called Drake in an interview saying, or called out Drake in an interview saying, "I don't like Drake as a person. He's just fake to me." I don't know what made Tyga do that, but best believe Drake never forgot that. And a lot of people are calling you fake right now, Drake. He's a little early on it. He's 10 years early, 2014. But wow, okay. It says he also criticized Young Money's camp, suggesting he never really got along with most of the team except for Nicki Minaj. Okay, you could probably got some business elements tied in there as well. All right. I wonder if he feels like Drake was involved in stopping anything that he had going on or something. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more truth and facts to it if you ask both of these guys. But Drake's response on 6 p.m. in New York in 2015, Drake clapped back on a track rapping, "Need to act your age, not your girl's age." Okay. Pretty much the whole Kylie Jenner and Tyga thing. Oh, so wow. So Drake, you was out there taking shots at people allegedly messing with underage girls. They always played with Tyga's name on that one. Once again, fast forward. Oh, is that the theme for today's stream? Crystal ball? Because we go back to the fucking Gunna and the that audio, the Thug and the Kendrick really topic, right? Is today's stream's theme Crystal Ball, B? Oh shit. I don't care to look up anymore about the Tyga and the fucking Rick Ross thing. It's clear though. I mean, Tyga and Drake. The Rick Ross one, yeah, y'all had y'all little thing. Y'all went through it. He still takes shots at Rick Ross. Rick Ross will probably still take shots at him. I'm here for it. Go ahead, make some music. I haven't come across any clips yet. I'll keep my eye out today. I didn't watch the full interview. I was cool on it. I hope that there's some clips that surface of him actually taking a shot at Kendrick the same way he did at Drake. I mean, at Rick Ross and Tyga. I hope so. We'll talk about it. If not, let's move on to our Cardi B update. I promise y'all, end of the year wrap ups will include a top 5 frivolous lawsuits of 2025. I asked y'all earlier in the intro, do you think Cardi B's will make my top 5? Well, the year ain't over. We'll see. Still got damn near a whole quarter left, but we'll see. Let's look at Cardi addressing the media after the trial ended.
First thing first, I want to thank my lawyers. I want to thank the jurors. I want to thank the judge, and I want to thank the respectful press. I really, really appreciate that, and I want to thank everybody at home supporting me. I know you guys having a little key with the moment, but to be honest with you, I have missed my kids' first day of school today. I missed my kids' last week of school yesterday because of this. And I'm not even playing around. I will, even if I'm in my deathbed, I swear to God, I will say it in my deathbed. I did not touch that woman. I did not touch that girl.
We believe you, Cardi.
I didn't lay my hands on that girl. And with that being said, this time around, I'm going to be nice. The next person to try to do a frivolous lawsuit against me, I'm going to countersue. And I'm going to make you pay. Because this is not okay. I think people have like this misinterpretations of celebrities. Like it's like, oh, well, we can ask for this and they're going to settle. You don't work at home and you don't work all day and you don't work for your money to give out your money. So don't ever think that I'm just going to give you my money that I work hard for. I don't lay in bed all day. I work all day. And I work hard for my money for my kids and for people I take care of. So don't you ever think that you're going to sue me and I'm just going to settle and just give me my money. It's not going to happen.
Tell them, Cardi.
I do also want fans at home, though, not to find their social media, her family's social media, her social media, and bother her. I hope that this is something that I leave behind, that she leave behind. Don't go bother her. Don't be talking about her. Don't be talking about how she looks. Don't call her no nasty names. Let's just put this behind. But I'm giving a warning. I am not that celeb that you're gonna sue and you think it's gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle, especially when I'm super completely innocent. I know I got a little reputation, but I swear to God, I'm innocent. I swear to God.
We believe you, Cardi.
Like I'm really innocent for real.
Well, we were rooting for Jay-Z. We were rooting for Jay-Z to get his shit off, right? But Tony Busby kind of got out of that one, it seems, right? Because after Jay-Z had that shit closed out with Prejudice, he came back and he said, now it's my turn. So Cardi's letting this one off the hook. Would she let you off the hook if shit went her way? 24 million? I don't know. I don't think that this is to be honest, I don't think Cardi is really taking the position of, hey, man, you know, as far as me and her, let bygones be bygones. It's all good. But the next one, here's my warning. She may have even been advised, like, this one, we're just going to leave it alone, you know? Countersuing her, you also need to have some good evidence on your side, right? So I don't know. I think that's more of a legal decision. Because if you really want to send a message, Cardi, and if you really were inconvenienced and you missed your child's first day of school, all that is relevant, and you had some real shit to go back on, then this girl would deserve it. She probably don't have nothing that's strong, and it's just probably guys just be sitting in court trying to figure out some bullshit. And there could be one element here as well. No disrespect to people that work security guards in clinics and whatnot, but you're probably looking at her like she doesn't have anything that you want, right? You're gonna countersue her and get what? Respectfully, you know. You're gonna countersue her. See, she sued you for a stupid ass number, 24 million, hoping to land that a couple million, knowing that you got access to a couple million at least, right? You sue her for what? Let's start at $1 million. What does she have for you? A couple thousand? Cardi's gonna have that for dinner this weekend. You know, she's gonna go out to an expensive restaurant with her family, and the same thing that she probably can get from. Respectfully, I'm just saying. So you don't got me fooled on that one, Cardi. You're not trying to do this girl a favor. It should be fuck her, because she was not going to do that favor for you. This just doesn't make sense to countersue her. Okay, let's be real. Now let's look at this girl's reaction.
How disappointed are you after
Are you
that?
disappointed with the verdict?
Not at all. I don't think that it reflects the truth, but I'm not disappointed. We know that the justice system is sometimes flawed, and unfortunately, that was the case for me. Like I said, I still stand firm on my position. I still stand firm on my attorney. I think we fought a good fight, but like I said, more importantly, it's about accountability. I had my day in court. I showed up. I held my head high, and I can walk away and say that I showed up, and she had to look me in the eye. I had to look her in the eye, and we did our best.
Are you sorry you brought the case?
Not at all. Not at all.
She said that she would refuse to countersue in this case. She said, but if anybody else, brings a case, this is her words, that's frivolous, she called it, she would be countersuing, not to basically mess with her again. What do you think about that?
This is for me.
Yeah.
Well, my statement is, obviously, you never know what a jury is going to do. You could try a case in different courts with different juries, and you'll have 10 different outcomes. You just never really know what a jury is going to do. We did our best to present the facts that we needed to present to the jury, and we obviously have a right to appeal, and our intention is to appeal.
You're going to appeal.
How do you feel about how the defendant conducted herself in court?
I thought it was totally unprofessional. I think it showed value to her character, the type of person that she is. A lot of her body language, her body gestures, her facial expressions, her disrespect for the court, I think speaks to who she is. I think we saw how I conducted myself during this trial, and I think that speaks volume.
Now, couple things there. Interesting. So she was smart when they asked her that question and she didn't answer. She turned to her attorney to answer instead. That was very, very smart, because if you're going to sit there and ask her and say, yo, she said that she's not going to countersue you, and next time a frivolous lawsuit comes her way, that's a shot. You're calling this girl's whole thing frivolous. She turned to her attorney to answer, because a lot of people right there would have been like, frivolous? My shit wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So she was very composed, very smart. She's probably under good guidance. What makes me even think, like, the incident itself, like, why weren't you as reserved if there was a confrontation with Cardi in the first place? Then you seem so reserved here. You should have been the person in the midst of when you were at work to be able to just turn around and walk away. I don't know. I mean, we didn't hear that detail for your defense coming out, or your plaintiff side come out. So I don't know. Could just be that she's very good in front of cameras right here. I don't know. I'll leave that alone. But what was I just saying about Cardi B? No, Cardi, don't try to make us feel like you're doing a girl a favor. Hey, I just want everybody to know, next frivolous one I'm after. No, it just doesn't make sense for you to go forward with it. Because look, when I say she wouldn't do you no favors, she comes on after you. And what the fuck is, what did they ask her? And what did she say? We're going to appeal, which means that she still wants to try to get this 24 million out of you. So how do you feel now, Cardi? You still want to do this girl a favor? You never were. All right. You never were. I still think that most of us were Team Cardi from hearing some of the details that we were seeing. I didn't follow this, word for word like we did the Diddy trial or nothing like that. But from the things that we were following on this one, 24 million, get the fuck out of here. And last but not least, I will address what she says at the end. Cardi B's body language, disrespect towards the court, the things that Cardi B said in court. Maybe I could even blend that into what I was saying about how she just conduct herself very well here. Maybe she and her legal counsel trained herself to use that as a tactic, knowing Cardi B is loud, she's ghetto, she's sarcastic. She'll get up there and laugh and joke. And is that what's up with your wig? It's a wig. It's a that. And she'll fuck out of here. 24 million broke fat bitch. We were laughing at some of there's mashup videos of the best of from this court trial of Cardi B doing all these little funny reactions and shit, being Cardi B. And I think this girl and her legal side is trying to use that. They probably like, let her cook herself. Let her show how unprofessional or how disrespectful, how rude she could be. And we'll sit up here and we'll act like class acts. Right? You lost, though. It didn't work. But even here, prior to the appeal, she's still trying to play on that narrative. So I see through it, man. I see through it. And I think it's a good tactic. You got Cardi B up there. She fuck around and make y'all look bad. And hopefully the jury plays on that too. You never know. That was a good tactic. You guys were aware of it. I see it. I see it. I would try to do that to Cardi too. All right. This was close to etherish. Close to etherish. Dame Dash. So when I brought up Camron talking about Dame Dash the other day, what was Cam talking about? He was talking about a situation where Dame Dash called Cam to a movie set to show love. Yo, pull up, man. I'm over here shooting a scene. He said Cam and Juju pulls up, his girlfriend at the time, and Dame just traps him like, oh, yo, put some furs on them. We're gonna put them in the next scene. And Cam's like, yo, I'm just here to show love. Like, I'm not trying. No. Jump in the scene real quick. And he said the next day he traps him again. Yo, you gotta wake up, come back to the set, do this follow-up scene. Well, you said yesterday's scene, if you don't do this follow-up, you ruin the whole movie. Guilt tripping him and shit. The way Cam broke that down, I said two things. I said, number one, on Dame's side, it's fucked up. You break the trust of me as a friend if you're going to put me in a position like that. You're trying to like overuse me to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Let's be on the same page if I'm walking up to show love. Don't do shit like that. That don't look good. But I said on Cam's side, I said, you see the way he's up on his platform using Dame as content? And he's talking about Dame and situations like this that just make Dame look horrible. You can't convince me that Cam fucks with Dame. When the camera cut on, he might say things like, oh, you know, and I wish the best for Dame and shout out to Dame. We made a lot of money. I fuck with him, but you don't care about him. If you're willing to sacrifice your old friend like that for content that'll make him look bad, you don't fuck with him anymore. So technically, Dame coming back in an interview like this and taking the gloves off was completely warranted. But not only did Dame take the gloves off, Dame is kind of pulling a reverse Uno card on Cam. Expect a reaction and response from Cam. Because Dame is talking some shit in here. He's talking some shit.
You know, this week is a week that I want to handle everything that bothers me or things that just need to be dealt with. Number one, yesterday I got a surgery in my eye because I had to remove liquid that's in my eye because I'm diabetic. You can diabetes shame me if you want, but other diabetics can relate. You know, you can get these things that are called floaters in your eye, and I got gel. Everyone does in their eye. It makes the blood stay there, so they had to take the gel out. And you know, I kind of stopped. Like I didn't want to start to do this bosses take losses again until I got my new teeth, but it was so complicated. But we're finally dealing with it, and I just feel like there's some things I need to say today. And you know, usually, you know, the last interview I did with the bandana. But I can only justify dressing like, you know, a cowboy when I'm on my ranch or the family ranch, and we're not there right now. But I have things that I want to say, and I think I want to talk clearly. So I'm not going to sit here and grit my teeth all day. Fuck all that, and I don't care. It's your joke. But know that right now I'm in my dentist office, and tomorrow I'm getting the surgery, and hopefully by the time y'all see this, I'll have some new teeth. But you know, these are like my dentist. I had some grills, and until I could get things sorted out, you know, he made them. Alligator Jesus made them, but they don't hold nothing because all these implants broke in my mouth, which has nothing to do with age or it's.
You know, he's about to get in mode when it comes to Cam. If he was willing to take his top teeth out and say, fuck it, I'm just going to allow myself to talk more regular and freely. Because that last interview, that's why the bandana across his face, so that he didn't have to talk like this without his teeth falling out. You know what I'm saying?
Never happened before. No one knows of 5 implants breaking. But I do have some things that I want to say. Cam has been talking a lot. Sometimes it's complimentary, but a lot of times it's things that I don't think that we should be speaking about publicly. And I can't, he won't, I haven't called him a lot, but when I did call, he doesn't pick up. And I think he's publicly said he doesn't pick up my calls if I call because he can't win this argument with me or, over, I don't know. But I do want to give him some advice because I haven't been able to talk to him.
Because this is like 20 minutes long and I want to play a bunch of it, my bad. I'm going to break in every once in a while, y'all. That would be some sucker shit. If we're homies like that and I'm calling you and you're not picking up, but you're going on the internet and you're doing content on me and you're killing me and kicking my ass and talking shit about me. Meanwhile, Dame does this whole, we shouldn't be on the internet talking and doing the chatty patty thing. He damn near take shots at podcasters and bloggers too, right? He would be breaking his own morals by doing this video right here. But he's saying, this is my only way to communicate back to fucking Cam. He won't even answer my phone. So once again, I tell y'all, Cam don't really fuck with him. He's just using Dame for content.
So, number one, he said some things about my pockets. And initially, I was going to respond. But the Queen of Harlem came up and she kind of was just like, leave it alone. She made logical sense. And I just felt like, I'll deal with it when I see him or when we talk, but I haven't seen him, but I keep hearing him talk about me. So I want to give him the advice because he's talking about me publicly. I guess I'd have to give him the advice publicly. So I would prefer not to have to do this, but in public. But I guess this is what you want. And also I'm noticing that you're leveraging it for views. That seems to now be your business. So I guess I could get some views as well. Fuck it. I look at it more like, I guess maybe you're throwing me some jaded alley-oop, but I'm very surprised. This isn't the Cam that I know.
Mind you, he's saying, I might as well get some more of it. Fuck it. Maybe look at this like an alley-oop. This is on that new network. You see American New Network? This is recording and dropping on Dame's channel. So he said, fuck it. I'll take a couple $100 from it my damn self. Right? I mean, might as well control your content if you're going to do it.
Cosign. Number one, talking about another man's pockets, I just felt like him and I would have conversations about that's just not the most masculine thing to do. Talking about other people, especially when they're not in the room, to me is coward shit. For me, if you have something to say to someone that you respect and that you don't go on a television show and speak on it, give them the respect of calling them.
That's the point that I keep making several streams now. He doesn't respect you anymore. He doesn't.
And, I would challenge you to ask your co-host Mace or the girl that is with you if they think that the right approach is to talk about people that you respect that have helped you in public because they said something that you don't like rather than call them. And I don't respect, because anyone can sound articulate and tough or confident when no one's there to challenge them. Right. I just wish that we could have a conversation so that the things that you're saying so confidently, I could give you the right advice about your perspective on them. But there's no point for talking about people that aren't in the room if you can talk to them. And what I notice is when you do have people on your show, you're very nice to them, and I don't think it's a problem being nice, but I do think there's times that they should be challenged. Like I would never think that the Cam I knew would use his platform to sit with his old ops and talk about his brothers. So
the 50 interview. Oh,
my advice, Cam, is again, this is something that I've lived by. If someone had a problem with you, generally speaking, unless I could squash it, then they had a problem with me. So if someone is disrespecting you and I have them on my show, respectfully, I'm going to ask them about it, but I'm not going to sit with someone that I know is disrespecting my friends and be ha-ha and he-heing with them. I just wouldn't advise that. Also, this thing I saw, because you brought it up, about you talking to Memphis Bleak on your platform about the presidency of Rockefeller. Number one, it was the vice presidency that we spoke about. But all we did was have a conversation between someone that I respected to be able to have a real conversation with. Until I got to talk to the rest of my crew about it, it's just called talking ideas. And where I'm from, it's not thorough to have a really private conversation and go to the radio and tell everybody before everyone else knows. Now, I just thought you were young, and I didn't even let you know, but I think you know how many problems that mistake you made caused. But you never said nothing to correct it. And now you're saying something about the presidency, which is not true. Sitting with people that you used to disrespect daily, at least that's what I used to see, laughing about the fact that you misspoke, not caring about how much damage that caused to Rockefeller. Memphis Bleak told you that started everything. And it's all because of a conversation we had that you went and made public. That's not some Harlem shit. That's some young shit. But now that you're about 50 years old, just laughing about it, thinking that that's funny without caring about the recourse of this mistake you made, my advice is I don't think that's the way to approach it. And if you do have someone like Bleak, you should ask them why they were so mad. And I think you should have explained to them that, number one, you weren't going to be doing shit at Rockefeller. You were going to be running Dipset, nothing to do with Rockefeller. And Beanie was going to be running state property. But that was just a conversation I had it with Beans. But y'all never talked. So now that I'm seeing how you're laughing at it, I'm wondering if you did it on purpose. Because it doesn't seem as if there was good intention. There's no remorse for it. I don't appreciate that. So that would be a conversation I'd have with you. Like, bruh, you actually went up there and talked about a personal conversation before I told anyone else and got to talk to them. So let's say Jay or Big disagreed with it, or it was too much friction, it wouldn't have happened. But that's not the reason why it didn't happen. The reason why it didn't happen was because after you got off the radio, from what I remember, you had your lawyer send me something saying I was going to have to pay you $750,000 to do it. And I just said, forget it. Maybe I'm wrong. And then you attacked my art. So I have to address it. You gave an opinion on my art. I'm going to give an opinion on yours. Since Rockefeller, I haven't seen you make a hit record yet. And to the extent that you're no longer, rapping. So I always wondered about that. I'd be like, I don't understand why you're not putting out these records like you used to. But, at the time, I don't think you weren't coming around, because I think that thing had happened in front of my cousin where, homeboy punched you in your face, and you never had that conversation with me. I had to hear about it through my cousin because you're very non-confrontational. I believe that Sen, who's next to you, P-Hep, everyone, all your friends, and we all know that you've always been very sensitive and that you are very overreactive. So it's hard to tell you the hard truth. What the truth, Cam, is I just feel like, you've been overreacting, and I don't think your justification for the things you're saying to the people that you love or that did so much with you, I don't think that, I don't think it's justified. And again, back to the art. So the reason why you're saying you didn't promote Honor Up is because, I don't know, for the clip I saw, you were saying because I threw you in the scene or you came to visit. We spoke about Honor Up. You did come in the scene, pause. But we also did a lot, like you showed up 3 or 4 times and do a lot of other scenes, which you did. And at the time, you were telling me that you wanted to make sure that Juju was expanding her brand. So I thought I was doing you a favor. And I don't remember any of this, just get in and freestyle and all that. Maybe it might have happened one day, but again, when would I ever come to a video set of yours and not jump in the video? But I don't remember it quite being that way. What I do remember is you did show up a couple of times. You were late every time, which fucked up my schedule. So I had to freestyle a lot, but you know, I still was appreciative. But you know, I put up $1 million. So to put that in perspective, I've heard you talk about you put up $200,000 for your show. I put up $1 million. And now you're going to say the shit was whack. But number one, again, I haven't seen you make a hit record since Rockefeller, to the extent that you're doing a different profession. So I'd like to see you make a hit record, because this is what I imagined you at this time, not just performing your old versions of your records. But also, I haven't seen you in a hit movie or TV show or anything other than interviewing people since Paid in Full. So you're a person that makes movies a lot, but no one hears about them because they're terrible. But I would still promote them. So what I'll do is the same thing I did with 50. Let's go movie for movie. You show your movies, I'll show mine. Show the one where you're being a drama actor, all those things.
That's where I gotta. That's where it stops for me. All right, because we're doing so good here. Let me put the blicky down. Hold on. You know when that comes out, y'all know the stream by now. I think the first time it was really introduced was the Jazz rant when she went off. Y'all know if the Nerf comes out, shots is getting fired. Okay. But real talk, all jokes aside, Dame makes Cam look real crazy in this interview. Calm, collected. Cam has a reputation for being extremely petty. I wish I could tell y'all something that came to my phone last week. Something that came to my phone about Cam behind the scenes, somebody that knows Cam personally. It's not public. Somebody told me something about him. I was just like, "Ooh, that might be true." I hope that this person. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know how it's gonna play out. But anyway, Cam got a thing about him. Cam ain't no fucking angel. You know what I'm saying? I think he does a lot of whack stuff to people at times. And his petty levels, people think that he's one of the most petty people that you will ever meet in your life. Like, he'll go above and beyond to try to make you look bad. Okay. And Cam, obviously on his show, it doesn't go over my head. He has this way about trying to speak on situations or address things and acting like he's trying to do it from a harmless standpoint. Right. I see through it. You know, I fuck with Cam. I fuck with the platform, but we always going to call a spade over here. All right. Dame has been down and I've covered it every fucking times. But if I'm going to be real about my fucking podcast, people, when I see something, I'm going to be honest about it, or I'm not going to speak on it at all. One or the other. I got to keep it like that. Cam, you doing this? Oh yeah. So by the way, the story and then blah blah blah. But you're really throwing your man under the bus, crazy. And for him to come back with these type of details, the shots is one thing, right? Because it makes you think and it makes you look like he's really trying to make you look bad for having this transition into an interviewer and a podcast. And he's like, all the height of your career, music and movies and all that, you haven't done any of that since you were with me, Rockefeller. So he's taking his clear, blatant fucking shots. But even the early part about you not talking to me and using me as content, that's number one. Number two, you up there with past ops. Now it's cool. If we're gonna let bygones be bygones, and we're gonna move on, whether it's Bleak, whether it's 50, whether it's whoever I'm bringing up here now for content, and we cool now, it's 20 years, 30 years later, that's cool. But at my expense, and I was the one that we was at odds with them, and you're gonna let up there and ha and kiki with them as they take shots at me? Like, how? You don't got more loyalty to me than you got to them? How? For them, for you, they're just content. They're just, alliances now. For me, I'm your old brother. No, we didn't make millions. So that is kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go towards those type of questions. Now, let me go to this whole one. One of the biggest ones, the Rockefeller shit. when it was announced to us, that Cam was about to be a president and whatnot, and we remember, Jay-Z, he comes back home from vacation and he pretty much just shut everything down. And then I think there was a song dropping. It was that whole, remember the whole Hovey's home, all of that shit. He was like, damn, the nigga just came back from Paris or whatever and says all this fucking Rockefeller company shit that's going on. I'm stopping all of it. He was like, damn, Jay, like, are you backing Dame's idea or not? Like, but the way Dame makes it sound is like it was conversations. So if me and Biggs is having conversations, at some point the conversation is also going to happen with Jay, and I'm having these conversations with you because it's ideas. I'm telling you, hey man, I'm trying to make you a president over here, not of Rockefeller, but of the dips. He was very adamant about clarifying that. I'm trying to make you a president over here. And then you go to the public, you go to radio and you say, yeah, I'm the president or whatever. Yeah, you're going to put Jay in the spot too. And you and Jay already have issues that involve like the old boy beat and or feature and all of that. Cam and Jay never was on the same page. They had the 106 and Park shit where Jay comes out while Cam is there to promote. You can see some of the awkwardness or whatever. Cam and Jay was never like this. Never. And then you also got Jay and Mace. So if Cam and Mace is together and they're hanging around each other, but everybody's saying imaginary players, like that's one of the people that Jay's dissing on the song. Mason. So there's always been a Harlem and Brooklyn thing between some of these guys. All right. So for Cam to announce presidency, Jay is definitely going to have an issue with that, as per the history of hip hop that we know about publicly. So if Dame is trying to get you a spot, now you're my Harlem brother. I'm with Jay, but I'm also with you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to get you this presidency shit, it's got to be done a certain way. So if Cam jumped the gun, which put Jay in a position to come home and say, I just got to let the world know this is not happening, Dame is right. You ran your mouth. You jumped the gun. Jay shut it all down. That creates further friction between Jay and Dame. And Bleak is out here in interviews saying that was the beginning of the big problems. So Cam, it really shouldn't be laughed at. And if you're the one if you was the center of that mistake or exploding the Rockefeller breakup, whether there was tension already, but if your scenario was the biggest piece, the nail that broke or the needle that broke the camel's back, as far as, oh, hold on, what's this? Diplomats coming in and presidency for Campbell? Fuck all this shit, yo. Dame and all y'all niggas, Jay having this whole different. If that's the biggest thing, you shouldn't be laughing at it. Especially if Dame is still your boy and you see where Jay ended up once all this division started or ended, and you see how Dame ends up. It's not solid. If how Dame has painted it is accurate, it's not solid, Cam. And when Cam do some right shit, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spaz on Omar like I did, right? Omar used a snitch for trying to sue Cam, if that's true, because you was involved in it. You dropped 4 diss records and all that. I just dropped that stream 2 days ago. I'll be on these streams sticking up for Cam, calling a spade a spade. Dude, a snitch, blah blah. Omar for that, Gooden. But if Dame is painting this correctly, it's not stand up. It's not solid. It's not. And then, yes, you would owe this guy a conversation instead of getting on your platform, killing him, kicking him while he's down. I don't owe Dame that. I don't know him. I could stream about him any fucking day. But Cam, you're kicking him while he's down and he's reaching out to you for a conversation that you're ducking. That ain't solid. That ain't solid. I'm just saying, we would call spade a spade. All right. Let's leave that alone. Last but not least, what is Ksoo going for? Ksoo and his lawyers. Let's see. Ksoo's lawyers file motion for new trial in Charles McCormick's murder case. Okay. Some of the highlights of this paperwork, I skimmed it this morning. The defendant, Hakeem Robinson, moves this court through undersigned counsel pursuant to whatever rule number that is, Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure, to grant a new trial. Okay, new trial they want to go for. What's the difference between an appeal and a new trial? I don't know. All right, the first note, I'm going to skip down to this piece. The first note, authored and last edited on December 4, 2018, stated, Real killer, I'm a hunter. You don't want to see me with a gun. This entry predates the January 2019 murder of Willie Addison by more than a month, or a whole month, undermining the state's theory that the January 2020 murder of Charles Quentin McCormick Jr. was in retaliation for a song about Mr. Addison's death. Well, let me not be sarcastic and overlook that, because it's one thing to use something as evidence and have the jury convict on it. You know, that's what Little Dirk just went for as well. He's saying y'all got this stuff in the grand jury about the green light, go, go, and then the screaming in the background from Quando Rondo's news clip. He's saying that song was done before the shooting. So I don't want to play with that and be sarcastic. You know, that should be something that you look at. Stop the car, let me out. I'm finna let this bitch bang. We don't do no drive-bys. We the real no hospital gang. Run up on him, see his brains flip. The clip erase the whole gang. Okay. 6K what I bang, ATK. I'm screaming that in vain. Lay him down, take his chain, take his money and his rings. Super drill. The April 10th note referred to a prior killings and threats against others. Ksoo on a drill. Take off your neck. Boy, you bet not run. Chase you, leave you stretch. Bitch, you bet not rep the 6. You gonna get hit out here. Then 5.56s left to pass pussy nigga. All right. I mean, we know the raps. We know how Ksoo raps. We know some of his songs. We understand what they're going for here. The lyrics being used in court will always be a debate, right? I think that lyrics and text message, well, I shouldn't even say text message. I think lyrics should be admissible into court. Why? Not as an attack on hip hop, but because these motherfuckers rap real shit in their raps. It's just a fact, you know? Once again, I'll come to the chat. If it's your child that was allegedly, you know, lost their life to some gangster drill rapper shooter, and then he got in a song and rapped about it, would you want to see that evidence not be admissible because it's a hip hop song? Fuck no. I'm not letting your creative art get over if you're rapping real shit. If you're rapping real shit, they're gonna bring in the Instagram post, kill a nigga and get my feet done. They're gonna bring them in, and you guys have earned that. So don't complain about our artistry under attack. Be the reverse. Complain about you guys tainting real artistry, which comes from up here. Creativity, God pouring in your mind thoughts that allow you to just express it in pen and pad, that paint these pictures to the world that make it say, wow, plus replay on that. Like, no, that's artistry. We're not tainting artistry. You guys are. Because since when was entertainment supposed to be the streets for real? Entertainment is supposed to be entertainment, but y'all brought real shit into the entertainment, and now y'all want us to leave it out? No, you guys are telling us the murders, and we're right here with the popcorn for you. And when it goes into the fucking court, don't bitch. We believe you. We believe you. But to be fair, you know, if they're trying to go after certain things that they feel he was convicted on and they have timelines that negate it, it should be looked at. But all in all, that's not the only evidence that's against this guy. Okay. Now, if you want a trial again and you get one and those particular lyrics come out of the trial, look at all the other stuff he's going to fight when it comes to evidence. Hey, hello, Marty McFly. Your father told on you. Where are you going to go with this? You know, best of luck to anybody. What do we really see here? Let's be real. All right, that's it for today's news, man. We're hour 45 in. As much as I always try to keep it down to fucking 60 minutes, I'm only gonna be able to do that 20% of the time. It is what it is. Unless I do more coming back during the afternoon as well for like second lives. It is what it is. But I'm glad we here to ride. Shout out to the chat. I think we got over to like 650 people in the chat this morning, bright and early. Before, while a lot of people are still asleep, we got over like 650 or 650. So appreciate everybody that's getting their ass up on this Wednesday. And shout out to everybody that does the playbacks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that goes back and watches the rewind. It's all good. Jay came in here 1808 at 5:38. So this stream I had up a little early before I came on live, but the stream was up and visible on the channel probably at like 5:20. And then of course we started at like 6 a.m. on the dot. But 1808, I don't know. Shay, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Thank you for the monster super. She says brick by brick. You know, she knows what's going on over here, but she does the Kendrick thing with the 18. Oh, hold on, let me pay attention. So by then the stream, I wasn't on camera yet, but the thumbnail was up. So you knew Drake and Kendrick and Young Thug was going to be the topic related to the audio. 1808. You should have put 616. I would have caught that. I don't know the 1808. I don't know. Is that a multiple of 616? 612, 18. Oh, wait, is it? No, it's not. It's not. I'm trying. I'm trying, Jay. Got me up here with a fucking calculator and shit. All right. Capo at 551. Throws a soup out there. It says brick by brick 100. 100. Nikita, our member, says he sounds like a bitch for real. We weren't at the South Park footage by then, right? We were still playing the regular audio of him. Yeah, that's when he was complaining about not being able to get a Kendrick Lamar feature. They are destroying that man. They want him in jail. But in the meantime, they are destroying him and all his relationships, his business, his reputation, everything. They are destroying him. Mr. Hall 92 comes in and says, Thug sound like a bitter ex. Same topic. Yeah, it's a bad look. It's one of the worst ones so far, B. I mean, we got the botting stuff, buying streams one. We got the Lil Baby one. We got the QCP one. We got this one with Kendrick. Oh my God. Jesus. They're killing them. Capo says, make sure y'all hit that free like button on the way in. That was at 6:16. Yeah, we was 16 minutes in. Hit that like button, please. If you haven't, hit it on the way out. Also remember, mods, the stream builds the longer that we're here, more notifications roll out, more people come across us on their homepage, more people wake their ass up. So you know, that we could start the stream and there could be 50 people here, but we might end the stream with 500 plus. You know what I'm saying? So I want the chat to remember, if you happen to come in later on, you can hit it on the exit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Capo. Jay says, hopefully Jeffrey can keep his cool through all of this and not react. So he does not violate his probation. I'm sure it will be difficult. He's already reacted. Those tweets is him reacting. Now, if you want to be a little bit more extreme, like somebody calling him a rat to his face on the street when he's just walking down a block minding his business, you better keep a cool head about that as much as possible. Street code, man code, you called me a snitch to my face, I'm supposed to do something. That's what these people want. That's what these people want. You are being lined up badly. So you got to be careful. You got to be real, real careful. And the internet will provoke you just as much as the authorities are trying to provoke you right now. You know, look at the South Park video. Like, they're playing with him, holding a teddy bear and shit. They playing with him in person, on the internet. It's not easy, man. I wouldn't want to have to go through this and go like this. I wouldn't want to, man. Maybe blowing up Brian Steele's phone, man. Like, yo, how do I, what can I, where do I? Real talk. Craig OG says, bad news, told everything with 100% accuracy. Ask Officer T Ward, he knows. Shout out to our member Craig with the woo symbol, of course. But that's from Piper Boy's intros. If you know bad news, he's talking about bad news, the allegation that came out on him from Battle Rap. Okay, for anybody that doesn't follow Battle Rap in here or watches this replay, yeah, Piper Boy is a mother with that. He's been doing it forever. That's like his personalized intro, like real shit. Lil Monster says, ARP and the Green Team 100. Salute, homie. I remember Lil Monster in the building. Appreciate you, G. Jojo says, did we cover UMG office getting raided? What? No. Wait, what? What? What is that? What is that about? Salute to JoJo. I'm not finding it on a broad search yet. Be careful if it's fake news. We see a lot of fake news in today's era, but I'm not seeing it yet. Could be super early and could be real, so I don't know. I didn't hear about that yet, but if that went down, we'll get details today, and we'll pick it apart tomorrow morning. Damn. Say Drake. Melly with the what time was it? 7:33. What topic was we in about 7:33? Was we still in the Young Thug shit, or was we on Drake? I don't remember. But shout out to our mod and our member Melly, and she's in a whole different time zone, still here bright and early with us. I appreciate you, girl. Jay says once you switch sides, you have to stay there. No bullshit. That definitely makes me feel like we was in a Drake topic for this one. Yeah. Rick Ross and all these people, you can make amends. You get past shit. Forgive, but don't forget certain shit that was done to you, especially if you're kicking me while you're down. Like Dame and Cam should never be fully repaired because of what they're doing to each other. Well, it seems to be more Cam than Dame, but it is what it is, man. Especially if I'm being hurt. If that's the side you chose, it's all good. That's what Drake wants. Drake wants his finale revenge. He's not getting the during revenge type of shit. He keeps taking all these L's one way or another, directly and indirectly. But I think he wants to get to the finish line and make everybody do a 180. You know, that's why he asked that type of shit from UMG and Discovery about Kendrick. Like, I want the violent, the domestic stuff and whatnot, and should have nothing to do with your defamation claim. But if he get his hands on it, he'll use it. He wants to be able to say, I told you guys. Well, you won't fully be able to do that no matter how this ends with UMG because of all the things that you've already done regardless. You know, so it's like Young Thug finding a way to scratch that interrogation audio. There's still a lot of things that came out of your tweets. Like when you say, I made a mistake by saying we sold Wayne drugs. There's going to be people that's never going to let you live that down, regardless of whether something helps you in another area or not. Drake is the same way. There's too much that has happened. It is what it is. But all right. Shout out to the whole chat. Appreciate y'all. Once again, give a like, a comment, and a share on your exit, on your way out. We'll definitely take a look at that UMG officers get rated thing and see if that's true. Follow up with that for the morning. I'm gonna start getting these clips up. There was some battle rap news I wanted to cover today, and I skipped it. Maybe I'll save that for tomorrow too. Either way, you know how we do. I'll see y'all bright and early, 6 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be back. Be safe, by the way.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.